been I've been building with him with many kids. We have done chain reactions. We have done many projects together. And I love building. I love being creating new ideas. One of my favorite things is when somebody wants to do something. I really want that happen. So always thinking, how can we make that happen? And we try until we get it.
Cool, cool. Ali has brought many great kids to Build It Yourself. She's a really, really cool teacher and artist, and inspires kids. She's like, Ali's like the Pied Piper. Great, thank you, Ali. Melanie, can you share a little of your background at Berkeley and your passions?
Of course. Hi, everyone. I'm Melanie Ursula. I studied at Berkeley. I majored in music production and audio engineering. So I'm a little bit technical and artistic.
Great combination.
Yes. I would say one of my heroes is Jacobo Arbenz Guzman, who was a president in my country from 1951 to 1954. And he wanted to change our country for the better, but for some reasons he couldn't achieve his goals. But we always, as kids, look up to him because he wanted to change how everybody in the country was working, like the wages for people working in agriculture and stuff like that. So yeah.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Melanie. We have a really cool team. Really looking forward to working with you. So thank you for sharing your little bit about your history. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm recording this because there are some who are not able to join tonight. So I just wanted to relay this all to them. Saeed, can you share a bit about your favorite things to do, hobbies, where you're from?
Sure thing. I'm from Virginia. I go to the University of Virginia, great school. I'm currently a math major. I'm going to my third year. I love math. I really enjoy it. I especially love teaching it. In fact, one of my goals for the summer is to run some social media platforms for math outreach, which I think is really important. Besides that, I love to draw. Art is one of my favorite things, and I think a lot of people kind of see art is over here and STEM is over here, like two completely different worlds, but they have such a nice bridge, and I want to use that combination to at least help other people appreciate a lot of STEM concepts, in my case, math. So yeah, those are my goals. I'm happy to bring that skill to the table at Build Yourself.
Here, Said. Well put. Great commentary on the integration of art and technology. Mm-hmm. We have almost everyone on our team, I think, shares that same spirit. Vincent, you're up next.
Sure. Hey guys, I'm Vincent. I've been working with DIY for some time now. I actually just graduated from Cornell with a bachelor's in fine arts and a minor in urban and regional studies. And one of my heroes is Basquiat because of his role that he played popularizing expressionist and street art into the mainstream art world. And I'm excited to work with you all, meet you all this summer.
Great. I just read an article about him and how his paintings have sold. His paintings have sold for over $400 million, I read.
Yeah, they break a record almost every time they sell.
That's cool. That's cool. Leading the modern art charge. Emma is our most valuable and distinguished operations manager.
Hi guys. I talk with most of you, but I haven't seen some of you. Nice to meet everyone. I'm Emma. I'm the operation manager of the Build It Yourself. Welcome to our board, everyone. Most of the time, I guess the creative part belongs to you. I will do the boring part of the job. But for me, my hero would be Qing, the first empire of Qing dynasty, because he is the first one who united the whole empire of the, I would say, the first formed the concept of China. And he created a lot of new things. I think I like his creativities as created as DIY. Yeah.
This is King Emperor King or Qin. How do you pronounce it?
Qing.
Qin.
Yeah.
Cool. I have to look for him. Okay. Chubi, welcome to the Build It Yourself Laboratory, Chubi. New member of our team, along with Saeed and Melanie. Chubi, your microphone is muted.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep, perfect.
Oh, okay, cool. Hi, I'm Chubi. I am a fourth year at RISD now. I study architectural design and sustainable studies. We're supposed to also say our heroes, I believe.
Well, anything about
I would
yourself
say,
that you'd like to share, a hobby or a hero or favorite book or least favorite food, anything.
okay. So I'll go with heroes. So one of my heroes is Billy Graham, actually, and more so because of his outreach work. I'm fairly interested in outreach, especially in outreaching underrepresented communities abroad as well. So I really have I want to see how I can tie a potential practice, seeing how I could use design to solve problems in different developing countries or try to aid individuals in those areas. So yeah, that's kind of my avenue of
Great.
design.
Great. Chubi, you're from Nigeria, I understand, correct?
Yes.
Great, great. All right,
So-
long live Nigeria. All right. Okay, guys, we're going to try to run these 4 sessions much like we run a regular workshop. And when we start a regular workshop, we generally start with a lab book. And Ali, I wonder if you could share your lab book with us. Could you queue up your lab book and just give a short
Yes, Jan.
intro into how we use lab books with kids?
Yeah.
Oh, Jose, I'm sorry. Jose. Hello, Jose. Welcome. I missed you.
Hello. Don't worry, John.
Oh, great. Jose, please say hello to everyone and share a little bit about where you're from and what you love to do.
Hello, guys. I'm from Mexico. My name is Jose Antonio, and well, I really like to work with Blender and teach it. I think it's a really great software. Like, I think it's called open software, like the ones that are free.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's a great tool. I think that it's like the drawing of this century, for sort of saying that. And
Great.
yeah.
Great. Jose works as a commercial designer and specializing in 3D graphics. Great. Ali, could you share your lab book?
Yes, Jan.
So if everyone, while we're watching, if everyone could launch PowerPoint. I know Vincent and others have already started a lab book, but during the next 4 days, we're going to document in your lab book all of the, the key points we would like to make in this week of preparation.
Can you see over there?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Well, I think I'm missing my name here, but this is the way we start with the kids. In this case, this is me as an emoji, and this is our training week. We always start with the title and everything, so the kids have a great example of how we would like to have the lab book, because sometimes they also need to see what we expect from them. I think it's a good idea. These are my two kids. I'm a crazy teacher. That's how I describe myself, because I love coaching. I love creating many, as I said, many experience for the kids. And when they have an idea, I like to turn it to real things. We love to solve problems through experiments, or to trying models, or wherever they need to explore and to research. That's where I am. And something that I like right now is that I'm discovering a new stage, working with the youngest in the school, because I'm in kindergarten. But as I've been working with John, I had worked with all ages, grown-ups, adults, and me as a learner and as a teacher, which is something I think I will never end. And that is something that I enjoy. And this is what or how do I describe Build It Yourself. Is a place where you can meet outstanding people, just as we are right now, from all the ages and different ways to give solution to different problems and missions, but sharing the knowledge, which is something that I really love. My kid is also a student at Build It Yourself, and sometimes he teach me, and we share here in the house. But I also do it with some other kids at school, because as John said, some of the kids at school were also in Build It Yourself or have been teaching. Antonio is a great example. He has taught me many things about Blender, and I have learned a lot. And these are my summer goals. Should I continue, John?
Sure. Go ahead.
You stop me, because you know when I speak,
it's all right, Ali.
I speak too much. My goals for the summer are to spend time with my family, especially with my kids, because they are 12 and 3 years old. Rest a little bit. I mean, normally I do, but since I work in a school, there are many things to do. And enjoy food with time, carefully, maybe eat some chiles and relax for a while, and also study a little bit, because I have to get ready and prepare for next year. But we're gonna have like 1 month approximately of vacation, so I hope to relax a little bit of the normal days that I have, because right now we are closing the school year here in Mexico.
I like, Ali, that you leave plenty of time to make love. That's important. Great.
Yeah.
Ali, could you step back to your cover? I just want to make a few points. So
Yes.
we tell kids that when they start a lab book, their lab book should look like a Leonardo da Vinci lab book, and the cover should be such that when people see the cover of your lab book, they'll really want to read it. So it's the first impression. Your lab book should say lab book, your name, and maybe a picture. And then the next page in our lab book generally is a problem and mission. Let's go to the slide 3, Ali.
That one?
Yeah. So generally we'll start in the second page of their lab book. We'll document the problem and the mission. We'll talk more about this later. And then problem and mission is all about setting goals for the week. Great. Okay. All right, let me, if you've all started a lab book, don't worry if you haven't finished everything, just leave a place mark for the cover. And let me start sharing. Emma, anything you'd like to add to this before we go to the next step?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Great. So in terms of goals, I think it's cool if you can all document in your lab book your personal goals for the summer. And let's try to meet periodically during the summer. And we want to, at Build It Yourself, try to give you the opportunities to accomplish the things you want to learn, or you want to put on your resume, or to make sure that you're having fun. So I would say that most of the people on our team share these goals in their sort of careers. They're eager to work on big projects. I would say that when we recruit people, we like to put together teams that members of our team that inspire other members of the team. We're a for-profit company, and so and we look for entrepreneurs. Often a common attribute of an entrepreneur is that they want to, make a ton of money, or they want to create something that many people around the world will value. And of course, we all, most as important as anything, want to have fun. So I encourage you to document your own goals, and we'll try to review periodically if we're on track to help you reach your goals. Like to talk a little bit about who our customer and what our product is. You all are our best and our most important salespeople. When you teach, we have a very high percentage of students who come back. So that's a measure of success, and it's a measure of your salesmanship when you teach a kid who wants to keep learning with Build It Yourself. So I would describe our customer as families who have a disposable income and who invest that disposable income aggressively in extracurricular activities for their kids. These are our primary families. When we have extra money, or we try to give scholarships so we can have as diverse a group of members as possible. But it all starts with having families who are able to invest in Build It Yourself and pay our tuitions. And then, of course, our kids, our content, our development, and our teaching skills are targeted at kids who are 8 to 13 and who are typically on a college track, on an art or engineering college track in particular. And our product is, well, it's, as you described earlier, the integration of art and technology. We want to teach kids to think like an artist, and we want to teach kids to think like an engineer. We're going to pass this PowerPoint around, so no need to scribble notes. You can add what you think is important to your own lab book. In terms of an elevator pitch, this is the elevator pitch I use, but I encourage each of you to develop your own elevator pitch. You'll have a chance to talk with parents often, and it's important when parents or your buddies, if you're recruiting a member for Build It Yourself, that you're able to, a teacher for Build It Yourself or a developer, it's important that you're able to explain clearly, concisely, and convincingly what Build It Yourself is all about. Sort of in conjunction with the elevator pitch are our differentiators. How is Build It Yourself different from other programs? And I would say that our key differentiators are these. I'd be very interested to go around the horn and hear what you all think are the key differentiators. Emma, any thoughts on what, in your many two or 3 years now of experience selling Build It Yourself, what do you think is a differentiator that makes it easy to sell Build It Yourself, especially in China?
Okay. In the past few years, we have students not only in China and also in the US. You will fill out once you deliver the workshop with students from different countries or areas, you will find out they have different personalities. They are looking for different things. One thing about building yourself, I think, is the flexibility. Our teachers or our workshop leaders, they are very creative to deliver the class, the contents based on students' needs and set up the class goals. There is no textbook we're gonna follow to teach every lesson. Each lesson is unique, designed for the group, for the students, based on the interest you want to deliver, and you will discuss with the young builders, not decided by John or me or anyone, just you and our young builders. Yes. And second of all, our students, most of they have very clear passion and interest about what they want to do, what they don't want to do. So a lot of times in the class, you will find out you prepared the level 1 class. They won't ask for level 10. So be ready for that. Definitely, they are very good at challenging themselves, challenging our teachers, challenging all the tasks you may assign to them. The other things, I would say, Build It Yourself also updates our programs very often. Every year we will update our total 30 programs, right, John? We will pick 2 to 3 the most trending or most popular programs for the kids. We don't our teaching every program the same way. We always make improvements. We always want to say how we can make it better. Yeah.
Great. Anyone else like to comment on what they have observed over the years, or if you're new, what your first impressions are of how Build It Yourself might be different than many other STEM programs?
Vincent?
I would. Oh,
Go ahead, just chime in. Go ahead, Juby or Jose. Jose?
I was gonna mention that well, first thing, not to echo too much of what Emma said, but the ability that we have to change our lessons to the students' needs. I got a couple people doing Blender right now. I started with one student a few weeks back. She wants to do animals, so we adjusted the entire lesson to build horses. Another student wanted to do spaceships, which is more on the normal thing that we taught. And then another student that I had wanted to do like laser beams. So that's like sort of an example of the flexibility that Emma mentioned. And then another thing that's great that was really magical for me as an instructor was sometimes you find a kid that comes back for a different class, since we have so many return students, or that wants to keep contact after class, and we'll send you an email every once in a while, saying, hey, look what I just made, or look what I just built. And that, or they'll post on Invention Universe and let you know about it. And I think the relationship that we're able to create with our students goes beyond like an instructor class type relationship, and really goes to a mentor / pal relationship. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, Vincent. Well put, really well put. Okay, anyone else like to comment on attributes of Build It Yourself? Ali, were you?
Well, here in Mexico, I also have to mention that kids, it's not a practice, but they really improve English speaking and the way to present their ideas, the way to say what they want to say, but also researching and, how do you say, support what they want to. I mean, they have this way that is a training, because every time they present the lab book and they talk about their ideas and they explain how they did that, they have extra skills, they gain extra skills that I haven't seen in another program.
Great. Nice to hear that, Ali. Thank you. I want to step back just a second to point one here. It's relevant. Ali just kindled this thought. You might ask, how can Build It Yourself change the world? Well, there's two ways that I think about this. Number one, if we've served over 4,000 kids over the years, and if just one or two of those kids is able to build something 20 years down the road, 20, 30, 40 years down the road, that that changes the world, then in effect, we've planted that seed. So we're in a position to influence the next generation of leaders and builders. And I think that's an ideal position to be in to help change the world for the better. The other way I think about this goal of working on a product that is big, that could put a dent in the world, we're really developing the classroom of the future, an online metaverse, interactive television classroom of the future. And we'll talk more about this later, but the particular applications, Build It Blocks and the other application, Invention Universe, are all part of that vision for changing the classroom of the future. How do we get kids to learn cheaper? And secondly, how do we get kids to learn better? And the really interesting challenge at Build It Yourself, and the reason that I think we've been able to attract so many talented developers consistently over the years, primarily from Cornell and MIT, is that the idea of developing that classroom of the future is something that attracts a lot of people, a lot of developers. Anyone have any other thoughts about Build It Blocks and Invention Universe and how those are interesting applications? We'll talk more about this later. Okay. I'm about to finish with two more slides, and these relate to the content that we present to kids. In every project that we do, in every camp and every 8-week project, we invite the kids to document in their lab book the importance of presenting their ideas. And we ask them to document in their lab book, and this is all about thinking like an artist. And then we ask the kids to document in their lab book 5 problem-solving skills. And this is to encourage kids to think like an engineer. And you can see when you read these that what we're doing right now is following along this problem-solving process. We identify a problem and a mission or set goals. We research and build teamwork. So we've already sort of started to do the first 3 of these 3 problem-solving tricks in this preparation session. So again, we're going to pass this around and hopefully by documenting some of this in your lab book, it will put you in a better position. You'll be better prepared to teach our programs if you create your own lab book. Final slide, guys, before we adjourn is this was handed out at the Concord Academy training program, which Melanie and Emma attended. Melanie, I wonder if you could share a little bit about your experience at the Concord Academy. We're going to be doing 6 weeks of camps at Concord Academy. Concord Academy is our biggest customer. They're a very well-known prep school, and you know, we love working with Concord Academy. Melanie, can you share a little bit about your and this in particular, this super staff sheet?
Sure. So, should I follow what you have here?
Either that, or you know, sort of speak spontaneously on your own about what your takeaways were from the Concord Academy training program, how they train their staff.
Well,
What
first
we can
of
learn
all,
from that.
sure. First of all, I think one of the things that we have to prioritize is making all the program fun and engaging to all the kids there, because it's kind of hard for them to pay attention. So we have to be constantly coming up with new ideas to keep them entertained and interested in what we're teaching. Always, of course, like as you said, as you have it here, always keep a smile and be energetic. Also try to make friends with the other people who are working in the academy. Maybe we're not gonna be around them as much as the other people because we're another program sort of, but it's also good to learn from them and the strategies that they have for teaching the campers. Yeah, I think Emma told me that it's always good to have a plan B when we're teaching, because kids are always asking questions, or maybe they don't want to learn about what you haven't planned for that day. So it's always good to have something that they might be interested in. Maybe there's some questions that they may ask and do not concern us that are not related to what we teach. So maybe try to like change the topic sometimes. Yeah, I think those were my biggest takeaways.
Great. Thank you, Melanie. Okay. Well, as I said, we'll send this PowerPoint around. I encourage you to start a lab book. Unless anyone else has any questions or wants to add anything to this, we'll adjourn till tomorrow at 8.
Yeah, John, before we adjourn tonight, I just want to add 2 more things for our super staff sheet.
Sure.
Yeah, as you guys all know, most of workshop happened online, like tonight's form during the Zoom, or other students, we may use other online platform. So the most important part is about us internal communication. Most of our communication will through our emails. So please always remember to check your inbox, and please give us a reply for anything, any updates. And second of all, during the class, we have students all over the world, so maybe in different time zones. So sometimes it's nice for us, it will be super early for them. Super early for us could be super late for them. So we have to ensure to attend the class on time. So that is very important for us, and also for the parents and the students. Students are always very excited to attend the class. So every time they are already waiting in front of the computer. So please be ready for that. Yeah.
Great. Okay, thank you, Emma. All right, guys, really looking forward to working with you, and to be continued tomorrow at 8. Don't worry if you have to miss a class. We'll have them recorded, and we'll send the lab books around. We'll share everyone's lab books over the week. Great. Thanks everyone for joining. See you tomorrow. Thank you.
See you guys tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Nice to meet
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.
Thanks,
nice
Vincent.
week.
Thanks, Jose.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Jose. Okay,
Great, Emma.
thank you, John.
Any-
Should I combine the two lab book together, or we use yours?
Oh, well, I just keep my notes here. So this is kind of my my worksheet. But we should all work from the same master is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you upload to the Google folder, Google Slides? So maybe I can add that to yours.
Okay. All right. Sure. Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, John.
Good. Good. Good.
I think
Okay.
we need to pause the recording first.
Oh, right. Right. Thank you for reminding me.